Did you know that heart attacks almost never happen suddenly? In reality, your body has been sending warning signals for weeks, even months before the disaster occurs. Every year, millions of people suddenly collapse from heart attacks. What they don't realize is that their bodies have been trying to warn them very clearly. Unusual fatigue, fleeting chest discomfort, or even unexplained feelings of anxiety. All of these could be silent screams from your heart that needs attention. The most frightening part is that up to 80% of heart attacks could actually be prevented if we recognize the early signs and take immediate action. In this video, we'll reveal 8 critical warning signs that can appear up to a month before a heart attack occurs. Signs you should not ignore. Before we begin, write in the comment section whether you or someone close to you has ever experienced the symptoms we'll discuss today. Let's start with the first sign, which is often ignored by many people, yet can be the final alarm before a heart attack occurs. 1. Mild chest discomfort that comes and goes. Momentary chest discomfort may be the most dangerous yet often ignored sign of an impending heart attack. The key word here is intermittent or not continuous. This symptom doesn't always feel severe and doesn't always persist, but rather comes and goes, leading many people to believe it's not a serious issue. However, what's actually happening inside the body is much more concerning. When blood flow to the heart is restricted, the heart doesn't get enough oxygen temporarily. This condition can make the heart struggle to pump effectively and perform its job properly. This condition, known as angina, triggers discomfort. Not always pain, but a sensation of tightness, pressure, or even heaviness in the chest. Unlike a heart attack, angina is temporary. The discomfort may last for a few minutes, then disappear when the heart gets enough oxygen again. That's why so many people ignore it. The danger is that angina is not a harmless symptom. It's a direct warning that a heart attack is on the doorstep. Initially, you might only feel discomfort during physical activity, walking uphill, carrying groceries, or even when feeling stressed. This symptom fades when you rest, making it easy to dismiss. But over time, as arteries become more blocked, the discomfort begins to appear with less effort. Eventually, it may occur even when you're sitting still. When that day comes, you may only have a few hours or minutes before your heart is stressed beyond its limits. 2. Pain in the upper back or shoulders. You stretch your shoulder, trying to get rid of the dull ache that's spreading across your upper back. Maybe you slept in the wrong position, or perhaps you've been sitting too long. You rotate your shoulder hoping the discomfort will pass, but it doesn't. Instead, the pain persists, creeping into your shoulder blade, sometimes even spreading to your arm. Pain in the upper back or shoulders can be an early warning sign of a heart attack that often goes unnoticed. Unlike the sharp pain caused by injury, heart-related discomfort often feels like internal pressure or tension that spreads. This happens because the nerves that transmit pain signals from the heart don't always send them directly to the chest. These signals can spread to other areas including the back, shoulders, neck, and even arms. Certain people have a higher risk of experiencing upper back pain as a warning sign of a heart attack. Women, people with diabetes, and older adults are more likely to feel discomfort in areas other than the chest. People with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or a history of smoking are also at greater risk. If you fall into these categories and feel unexplained back or shoulder pain, don't ignore it. It's always better to be cautious and check with a doctor if you're unsure. 3. Dizziness or lightheadedness. You're going about your day when suddenly the world seems to tilt. A wave of dizziness comes over you and for a moment you feel completely unstable. Maybe it's just dehydration, maybe you stood up too quickly, but then it happens again. You feel dizzy, almost like you're going to faint. The feeling passes after a few seconds and you brush away the concern. But what if these momentary dizzy spells aren't as trivial as they seem? One of the first signs that your heart isn't working properly could be a sudden feeling of unsteadiness or weakness. It's important to pay attention to these feelings because they could be an indication that your heart needs help. Your heart pumps blood that's full of oxygen to every part of your body, including your brain. If your blood flow is restricted, such as when your blood vessels narrow or if there's a heart problem, your brain might not be getting enough oxygen. This can cause you to feel dizzy or as if you're about to faint, even when you're not doing strenuous activities. Some people describe it as a feeling of weakness, as if their body wants to give in. while others feel a strange floating sensation, almost like the ground is moving beneath them. Unlike dizziness caused by dehydration or sudden changes in posture, heart-related dizziness tends to come out of nowhere. It doesn't always follow a predictable pattern, and may occur when you're sitting, standing, or even lying down. So, how do you know when dizziness becomes a cause for concern? If you experience repeated dizzy episodes that have no clear cause, or if they're accompanied by other symptoms like fatigue, shortness of breath, or chest discomfort, don't ignore them. Your body is giving you a warning, and the sooner you listen, the better your chances of preventing a life-threatening heart attack. 4. Pain or discomfort in the jaw or neck. Jaw or neck pain is often a sign of a heart attack that people tend to overlook. Although many are aware of the intense chest pain that can accompany heart problems, discomfort in the jaw, throat, or neck doesn't usually make people think about heart issues. As a result, many might dismiss it as something unimportant, not realizing that it could be a serious warning from their heart. Heart-related pain can sometimes appear in surprising places, like your jaw, neck, or even your teeth. This happens because the heart doesn't have pain receptors like other parts of the body, such as skin or muscles. Instead, when the heart is under stress, such as when there isn't enough blood flowing through it, it sends signals through a nerve called the vagus nerve. This nerve runs from the brain down through the chest and to various areas of the upper body. As a result, the brain might misinterpret heart pain as pain originating from your jaw or neck. Another complicated aspect is that this type of pain can come and go. One day you might feel a slight ache in your jaw, and another day you might feel stiffness in your neck. Sometimes the discomfort even disappears for a while, only to return when you're feeling stressed or after some physical activity. This on and off pattern can make it easy to ignore until it becomes truly serious. So, how can you tell if your jaw or neck pain might be a warning sign from your heart? If the pain appears suddenly, feels different than usual, or is accompanied by other symptoms such as difficulty breathing, nausea, dizziness, or fatigue, don't ignore it. If the pain gets worse when you're active but improves when you rest, it could be a serious sign like angina, indicating that your heart isn't getting enough blood. 5. Mild shortness of breath. You're climbing the stairs, something you've done thousands of times before, but this time something feels different. Halfway up, you suddenly feel out of breath, like you've just run a marathon. You pause for a moment, trying to catch your breath, but the air doesn't come in as easily as usual. Maybe it's just fatigue, maybe you're less fit, or maybe it's something far more serious. Mild shortness of breath is often overlooked as an early sign of heart problems. Many people think that breathing problems are caused by the lungs, such as asthma or a cold, but the heart and lungs are very closely connected. When your heart is having trouble pumping blood, your lungs have to work harder to help you breathe, which can cause unexpected shortness of breath. The main difference between normal shortness of breath and heart-related shortness of breath lies in when and how it occurs. If you're out of breath after heavy exercise, that's normal. But if you suddenly feel breathless during routine tasks like walking, climbing stairs, or even talking, that's a danger sign. In some cases, shortness of breath can even occur when resting or lying down, forcing you to sit up in the middle of the night just to breathe normally. This is because fluid can build up in the lungs when the heart isn't pumping effectively, a condition known as pulmonary congestion. This symptom is particularly dangerous because it tends to appear gradually. Initially, you might notice a slight shortness of breath when doing activities, but over time, it takes less and less activity to make you feel out of breath. Many people ignore it, believing it's just aging or lack of fitness, but when shortness of breath gradually worsens without explanation, it often indicates an underlying heart problem. 6. Sleep disturbances. You lie in bed, exhausted but restless, unable to sleep despite a calm mind. Night after night, you toss and turn, sometimes waking up gasping or jolting awake for no reason. It's frustrating, but you attribute it to stress, age, or poor sleep cycles. Sleep disturbances, especially difficulty falling asleep, frequently waking up at night, or feeling uncomfortable even after a full night in bed, can be an early warning sign of heart problems. Most people don't associate poor sleep with heart disease, but the connection is profound. When the heart isn't functioning properly, the body struggles to regulate blood pressure and oxygen levels, both of which play crucial roles in restful sleep. One of the most concerning problems is a condition called nocturnal hypoxia, where oxygen levels drop during sleep. This can happen due to reduced blood flow from narrowing arteries, making it difficult for the heart to circulate oxygen efficiently. The brain detects the problem and triggers micro-awakenings, brief moments of wakefulness that you may not remember, but which disrupt your sleep cycle, leaving you tired the next day. Another often overlooked factor is the role of the autonomic nervous system, which controls unconscious body functions, including heart rate and blood pressure. When the heart is stressed due to underlying blockages or an impending cardiac event, this system can become overactive at night, causing adrenaline surges and making it difficult for you to relax into deep sleep. This explains why many people experience sudden awakenings, vivid nightmares, or even heart palpitations when trying to sleep in the weeks leading up to a heart attack. 7. Digestive disturbances or heartburn. Most people consider heartburn as a minor digestive issue, something caused by a big meal, spicy food, or too much coffee. But what if that burning sensation in your chest isn't coming from your stomach at all? What if it's your heart trying to warn you about something far more dangerous? Discomfort resembling indigestion can sometimes be an early warning sign of a heart attack, especially in people who don't experience the classic chest pain. The problem is that acid reflux and heart-related chest pain can feel almost identical. Both can cause a burning sensation or pressure in the chest, and both can occur after eating. But while heartburn is triggered by stomach acid, heart-related discomfort occurs when blood flow to the heart is restricted, causing it to lack oxygen. Your body doesn't always make it easy to tell the difference. The heart and stomach share nerve pathways, so when there's a problem with your heart, your brain might misinterpret the signals, making it feel like indigestion. This especially happens in women, people with diabetes, and older adults, whose heart attack symptoms are often more subtle. So, how do you know when to worry? If your heartburn is accompanied by nausea, cold sweats, dizziness, or pain that spreads to your jaw, arms, or back, don't ignore it. This could be a sign that your heart is struggling, and waiting too long could be fatal. 8. Unusual fatigue. Imagine waking up in the morning feeling more tired than when you went to sleep, even after a full night's rest. Suddenly, everyday tasks like carrying groceries or just getting through the day feel incredibly difficult. You might think it's just stress, aging, or having a busy life, but what if that profound fatigue is telling you something more serious? This type of fatigue is not like normal tiredness that improves with rest. Instead, it persists, sometimes for days or even weeks, and tends to worsen over time. You might feel completely drained even after simple activities like bathing or making the bed. Some people describe it as feeling like the flu, but without the fever or stuffy nose. The connection between fatigue and heart health lies in the circulatory system. When the heart isn't pumping efficiently, blood flow to the muscles and brain decreases, causing weakness, dizziness, and mental fog. The body compensates by directing blood to vital organs. That's why arms and legs may feel weak or heavy. The worse the blood flow gets, the more tired you feel, even when you're not active. Many heart attack survivors say they felt extremely tired for weeks before their event, but ignored it, assuming it was something trivial. Don't make that mistake. Your body is speaking to you. Don't wait until it's too late to listen. Proper preventive measures. Heart attacks don't just happen. They're the result of years of silent damage. You have the power to prevent them. Every choice you make today affects your heart tomorrow. Your food can either trigger disease or fight it. Leave behind processed foods, trans fats, and excess sugar. Instead, nourish your body with whole foods, vegetables, lean proteins, and heart-healthy fats like olive oil and fish. Every meal is an opportunity to protect your arteries. Exercise isn't just about fitness, but about survival. Your heart is a muscle, and without movement, it weakens. Even brisk walking for 30 minutes every day can reduce your risk. Sitting too much? Time to change that. Stress is a silent killer. Chronic stress increases blood pressure, tightens arteries, and inflames the body. Learn to manage it through meditation, deep breathing, or simply setting boundaries. Your heart needs peace just as it needs oxygen. Smoking and excessive drinking? They're destroying your heart from within. Quit smoking now. Every cigarette damages your arteries. Alcohol. Stay within moderate limits. Damage accumulates faster than you think. Silent killers like high blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes must be controlled. Regular checkups can save your life. If you're not tracking these numbers, you can't manage them. Your heart's fate isn't determined, but shaped by your daily actions. Start today. Your future depends on it. If you find this information useful, don't forget to click the like button and share it with friends or family who might also need to know these signs. Write your opinion or experience in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe to the Seniors Insight channel so you don't miss other important health information. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video on the Seniors Insight channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you always get the latest health information that might one day save your life or someone you love.